Hey, everybody out there in YouTube world, my name is Old School Nerd. How's everybody doing? Whew, it has been a nuts 2 days because I discovered both the amazing talent and world of Dimash, and I also discovered his amazingly powerful, passionate fan base. And just like the fan base of Sabaton, Nightwish, Baby Metal, The Warning, you name it, they love their guy. And I can see why. But anyway, because I've done back-to-back Dimash reactions, if I don't get back to some metal soon, I'm going to go into a coma. So let's do some Sabaton. In fact, not only are we going to do some Sabaton, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to do a double reaction of Sabaton right now. Because so many of you, when I do these Sabaton reactions, many of you say, but Old School, why didn't you do the live reaction to the live performance? And I'm like, because I did the animated story video. And then whenever I do the animated, I do the live one, they're like, did you know that they have an animated story video? Yeah, I know. And then, so here's the thing. I know that right now what we're going to do is we're going to do a Sabaton animated story video. And then immediately after, in the same reaction, we're going to do the live performance. Everybody wins. Oh, that's right. I might do both of these, and then there's still going to be some of you that are going to go, Sabaton has a history channel on YouTube. You should really check it out because it gives you more information about it. Yeah, I know. I will put the link to the history channel of this subject in the description. For all of you who are new to my channel, because you've come from other places, Sabaton is a band that is specific in one particular thing. They love to play metal, heavy, guttural, power, pound metal, right? But they love to tell amazing stories. And not only that, they like to be historically accurate in their storytelling. They tell stories about everything from the Middle Ages all the way up to World War II and even into after World War II. And they talk about different countries, and they talk about people in service to their country and different stories of different heroes of different countries. And they don't pick sides. They like to talk about the individual heroism and service to one's country. They don't say that, this country is bad, this country is good. They just talk about the people who serve, which is awesome. So, after doing some Dimash reactions, I realized that a lot of his fan base are from Russia. So I thought, we need to get back to some metal, but let's stay on Russia for a bit. So this is the story. Oh, there's one other thing I love as much as metal, and that is powerful women. As a single dad of 3 daughters, I want my daughters to be powerful, amazing women with no limits, right? This is a story of the Night Witches. Russian women, pilots, who got in the shittiest planes available. They did. I mean, the planes are made out of plywood, canvas, cotton fabric. And if they caught on fire, they just burned up before you even got to the ground. I mean, and they flew at night. Because if they flew during the day, they were, check out the story on Sabaton's History Channel, and they'll tell you all about it. But this is the animated story of Sabaton, the Night Witches, their tribute to the amazing, heroic women of Russia during World War II, who literally, like in some of the other talkabouts in the Red Baron video, really threw caution to the wind, and their bravery was astounding. Think about this. They're flying biplanes made out of wood and canvas, which would be more of a World War I type of aircraft, flying it in World War II. Insane, right? Well, not to these women. It was a gift that they gave to their country and their devotion. So you got to tip your hat. That's what we're going to do right now. Like and subscribe to the channel, of course. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I appreciate all the comments, suggestions, ideas, criticism, death threats. It's fine. It's YouTube. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. We have all of my Twitter, Twitch, comments, videos listed there, stuff that's coming up. The Patreon's there. The Old School Nerd store is there for ridiculous shirts because, let's be honest, if anything I've learned in the last 2 days of reactions is I can't make everybody happy because I'm not a taco. Yeah, I have a shirt that says that. Here we go, everybody. This is Sabaton, the Night Witches. I'm so excited about this one. I didn't even know about this story. I'm a history nerd, and I've never heard of this story until someone said, you got to do this one. I was like, what?
The Germans are resting behind the lines of the Eastern Front, their tents in neat rows. All is in order in the quiet and still of the night. It's cold, and the winter snow crunches under the jackboot of a guard. Looking up into the sky, the snow starts to drift down. It's peaceful here. Was that a noise from the sky? No, it's just the wind. Suddenly, piercing the still of the night, there's an otherworldly scream and a whoosh as a dark form speeds by. And was that a woman's laughter in the distance? There are no engine sounds, and the suddenly fearful German soldier loses his footing and whispers under his breath, Die Nachthexen. The world is all at once a bloom of fire and ash, and 2 more dark forms pass without a sound. Hearing the whooping and celebration of these supernatural creatures, the guard shakes himself from his fear and calls out, Die Nachthexen! Die Nachthexen! The Night Witches!
Whoa. Wait a minute.
In the sky above, 3 planes of the soon-to-be
Okay, but wait a minute. Why were there no engine noises? I mean, you can't fly without an engine noise. Did they cut off their engines so nobody would hear them coming? Okay, let's continue, because that's some crazy, awesome ninja shit.
famous 588th Night Bomber Regiment, their engines now running, turn east for home.
Okay.
Time to rearm and refuel for another mission. Coming into land, they're greeted by their commissar, Yevdokia Rashkevich. The young girls that form the pilots and navigators are between the ages of 17 and 26. They are desperate to take the fight to the Germans and have traveled from all over Russia to join the all-women regiments. The 588th is where the least skilled of all the women are placed, but that didn't stop them from carving their name in history. In the early days, they were largely ridiculed by the Soviet men. Given men's uniforms that were too big and shoes all of the same size, the women did the best they could with the clothes, making them fit with belts or filling the large men's shoes with stuffing. The equipment they were given was woefully out of date.
Yeah.
The Polikarpov PO2 was a 2-man trainer, underpowered and made of cloth and wood. These old string bags were nicknamed crop dusters, or even worse, sewing machines due to the noise their tiny engines made. But the women of the 588th ignored the taunts, and despite the odds, turned the plane's shortcomings to their advantage. The planes at maximum speeds were far below the stall speeds of any of the German fighters. Giving them a tight turning circle, they were almost impossible to hit. They were susceptible to small arms fire and anti-aircraft guns, so their strategy was to attack in threes, with a navigator in each plane. At her signal, the pilot would cut the engines and swoop in slowly, silently, dropping their bombs, dealing death from above. Unexpected, undetected, stealth perfected.
What the hell? Okay, so they would climb up as high as they could go, and the ceiling had to be around 5,000, 6,000 feet because there's no oxygen for these planes. Plus, they're underpowered. They couldn't get high enough, but the navigator knew where they were, so they were able to cut the engines and glide in, because biplanes, as light as they are, these biplanes can glide a lot better than the aluminum high-powered fighters with heavy engines. That is slick. Technically, they were the first stealth fighters. That's pretty freaking awesome.
If necessary, the other 2 would draw fire from the fighters or from the ground. They slept during the day and rose at dusk to take their vengeance on the invaders. This unnatural bravery and their stealth tactics earned them their title, the Night Witches. The German ace Johannes Steinhoff said, "We simply couldn't grasp that the Soviet airmen that caused us the greatest trouble were in fact women. These women feared nothing."
This is awesome. I'm so pumped. This is so good.
fight. Never miss the mark. Canvas, wings of death, prepare to meet your fate. Night Bomber Regiment 588. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, still perfected. Foes are losing ground, retreat into the sound. Death is in the air. Suddenly appears, confirming all your fears. Strike from wishes there. Target bound from around, battle sound from the battleground. Ashes saving high. Lodging awaits, defeat them at the gates. Live to fight and fly. Canvas, wings of death, prepare to meet your fate. Night Bomber Regiment 588. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, still perfected. Beneath the starlight of the heavens, unlikely heroes in the skies, as they appear on the horizon, the wind will whisper when the night witches come. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, still perfected. From the depths of Ellis Island, justice smells, explosive violence, Russian nighttime flight, perfected. Flawless vision, undetected.
32 women, both pilots and navigators, never came home. The 588th became highly decorated and respected, flying more than 23,000 sorties,
Damn!
dropping over 3,000 tons of bombs. 23 Night Witches were awarded the Hero of the Soviet Union, although they were disbanded just 6 months after the war and not allowed to fly in the victory parade, given their planes were so slow.
Oh, wow.
From 1956, after she retired from active service, their commissar Yevdokia Rashkevich took it upon herself to find the site of every single one of her girls that was downed, to mark the place and to pay her respects to each one of the incredibly brave Night Witches.
Wow. You almost got me. You almost got me. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry, but damn, that's close. Stop. Okay. Oh, I hope that if you have a daughter or a significant other, any woman out there needs to see this, because you know what? It's just another example of how women break down doors, defeat the odds, overcome discrimination, they overcome everything. Heroes of the Soviet Union, that's not easy to do. That's not. So imagine you're flying in an airplane, okay? You have no offensive weaponry other than your land-based bombs, okay? So you don't have machine guns. And even if you had them, your plane doesn't have the power to bring to bear or to maneuver enough to get in line to shoot anybody anyway. Plus, the added weight of ammunition and guns is going to make your plane heavier, and it won't be able to maneuver enough to get away. You're flying at night, hopefully not when the moon is out, because if the moon's out, fighters are going to see you. But without the navigator, you don't know where you're at. Anyway, okay. That is so impressive. There's not a lot I can say that doesn't make it less important. Let's be honest. Okay, that blew me away. Now that we've seen the video and your heart is like, oh my God, didn't know these women existed, but now that I do, I'm never going to forget, right? In exactly 9 months, Sabaton is coming to Texas. And they're going to be 6 hours away from where I live right now. And ladies and gentlemen, as long as COVID doesn't stop us, I'm going to be seeing my first ever Sabaton live show. Tell me how pumped I am right now. This is Sabaton live on the great tour, Night Witches. Their stage setup is so epic, man. Seriously, look at this thing. The drummer rides on a tank. It's so awesome. Oh, and by the way, for those who don't know, and most of you do, the drummer of Sabaton, his wife, she's pretty talented too. You should look her up. Okay, seriously. Okay, barbed wire on the front of the stage. The mic stands are assault rifles with helmets in the pivot points. The stage crew are dressed up in khaki flight gear, flight suits, sandbags, bunkers, tanks, fire, metal. It's Sabaton. Dude's getting a bazooka. Nice. He took an anti-tank weapon. He took an anti-tank weapon and shot it at the tank that the drummer's on. That's just, come on. Okay, so we learned the story of the Night Witches, which is awesome. If you want to know more about the Night Witches, check out Sabaton's History channel. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can check it out yourself. This video's gone long enough, and we did 2 songs in it. So, you know, the same song, but we saw 2 performances of it. It's awesome. And I want to say this, if you have a daughter, if you have a wife, if you have a mother, we should have at least one of those. At least, you know, or someone you know. Never underestimate the power of a woman just because she is a woman, because the Germans learned the hard way not to do that. And dang. Again, thank you, Sabaton, for telling an amazing story. Thank you for meddling the shit out of it. Tell me I'm not pumped about seeing this band live in 9 months. Like, literally, tell me I am not pumped about this. Oh, and if I do, I'm taking pictures and I'm sharing all of them. Video, yeah, I'm gonna do all of it. Oh, I am so pumped. This was like one of my favorite reactions because it's just a great story. And the best part about the story is it's true.